Alright, recording hasn't been working, so hopefully it will this time. They stepped through the door, found themselves in a wide hallway. Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. Let's go. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway. It took hold and shook, but it refused to move. Nearby was a pair of elevators. It took only a few button presses to determine that the elevators would not respond to their efforts. They could only assume the elevators were not powered. There was only one door left. Well, looks like we don't have any choice. Yeah, sure does. Well then, let's open it. Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. Hey! Oh hell, he entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly. Oh, so it's a kitchen. Santa did not look pleased. Does he not believe in kitchens either? What were you expecting? Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here. You think it'd be that easy? Yeah, I know. Still. As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last she stood in front of a door. We can just get through this door. We should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier. But don't we need a key for that? Sorry. Guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket, spread it out in front of him. As he did... Hey! What's that? Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B-deck. Whoa. Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the match away from him and set it on fire. She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself. I knew it. See? Look. Junpei did as he was told. Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well. See? We came in here. If we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate. Damn it. That was not constructive. Thank you for wasting so much time. With her finger, Lotus traced back on the map. Yep, there it is. She was right. Yep. Satisfied she was incorrect. Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei. Okay, I get ya. I trusted her. It took back, slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. Don't care. There's a card reader on the right side of the door. And that means the key card is somewhere in here, right? That seems most likely. Alright, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues. Okay. You got it. Funky beat. A voucher, it says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Partition. There's nothing special about it. Didn't mean to click it. Those 9 plates look pretty expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember? Appetizers usually come on square plates. Oh, okay. Well, excuse me, princess. What's up for that reference? 1, 2, 3. There's 10 of them. If we flip these over, they look like hats. In the middle is super deep for a plate. They're soup plates. Or soup bowls. You know, they could be bowls. They're made that way so the soup doesn't spill over the side of the bowl. If you ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that? I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They look just like any other plate from a 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. Why are you bringing out June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You're not terribly subtle. And that wasn't fairly relevant, whatever. There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. Those plates are for serving meat. Ugh. You really are ignorant, aren't you? Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Cheese. This voucher at the end of the counter. This voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F on the voucher. The plates on the table are 9, 16, 10, 15. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here. Yep, they are. And hexadecimal it's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system numbers. Base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A10, B11, C12, D13, E14, F15. And 10 equals 16. The 10 becomes 16 in base 10. Excuse me. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it just as just 6 letters added on to the normal number system after 9. A10, B11, C12, etc. I think I get it. So what was it? 9 A F 10. 16 is also written as 10 in hexadecimal. It is nuts. Oop. Wow. This pot looks like it's made out of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June, drinking tea. Could such a day even happen for me? Ever happen? Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we shouldn't be moving on. It's a note. It's got a bunch of stuff written on it, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that. Cheese! Hey, there's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? Alright guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you, he said to the cheese. There's a little green bottle back there. Oil! Oh look, cooking oil. Could probably use this to make something slippery. Yeah, you could, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? A knife! A rusty knife. I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this. The knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use the way it was. It's futile. Futile? You know, a waste, useless, pointless. Oh, any particular reason you wanted to bring that up? No reason really. I was just thinking about futility. She wasn't making much sense. Junpei tried rephrasing this question. Why are you thinking about futility? At last, she answered. Well, it has something to do with the Titanic. The Titanic? Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted? Yes. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. There was a novel that had a bunch of stuff in it that described the sinking of the Titanic before it actually sank. Yeah, that's the one. The title of the novel is Futility. It was written 14 years before the Titanic sank, but... I know. I actually heard that it was a news article. I don't know, whatever. I mean, I didn't know the name of the book, but the story was the same, right? It was just like what happened on the Titanic? Yeah. Well, I heard it was all a hoax. A hoax? I heard that the stuff that matched up to the Titanic so well was actually added after it sank. Apparently, the only thing that was the same originally was that a boat ran into an iceberg and sank. But the novel was published in 1898, 14 years before the accident. Like I said, that was the first print of the book. 14 years later, the author heard about what happened to the Titanic. He figured that was his chance, you know? He just went back and changed some stuff in his novel, so that it matched the Titanic exactly. Surprised by Junpei's response, June seemed rather taken aback. Really? Really? There's no such thing as premonitions or any of that stuff. For a moment, June looked very unhappy, more so than Junpei thought was normal for such a discussion. But it lasted only a moment. With no apparent reason, she suddenly looked up at him, alarmed. But, that wasn't the only book that predicted the Titanic sinking. It wasn't? Yep. There were 2 other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. Or maybe it's Stead, I'm sorry. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote 2 stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, 2 ships collided, and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank. I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships. Right. I knew you'd say that. But what if Stead had some sort of special powers? To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing? What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about the thing where someone says they're possessed by a spirit, and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing? Yeah. What do you mean yes? That stuff's a load of bull. Okay, so let's say hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. when this D-dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by spirits of dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff? That's not it. What's not it? Steve wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing. What are you smoking? Bound to be choking. William Thomas Steed was a passenger on the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes, 20 years before it happened. What? He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. I doubt it. Junpei smiled uncomfortably. Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay? Huh? But... Her voice trailed off, and she glanced at the floor, troubled. Tap, tap. Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. Wow. What a way to end that. We're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. That blade is so rusty. Yeah, I know. You can't cut a damn thing with a knife like this. If you're going to cut anything, probably have to sharpen the knife. Yeah, that is not futile. Boop. Let's see. Rolling pin, sink, dishes, sink. Still got water in it. There are a couple of plates in there, but I don't think they're going to help us much. Yeah, whetstone. Maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of this knife is getting sharper by the second. Should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Yeah! So I guess you managed to sharpen the knife, Junpei. Who are you going to stab with that? No one! Could probably cut something soft with that. What's soft that I would stab? Trash can! There's nothing inside of it. Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. Maybe this table's for preparing food? Those plates are everywhere. Wonder what this drawer is. See the metal grate on top of the grill? They make it like that so the fat and juices can drip off the meat while it cooks. Alright, let's get going. Or, it's going. Do you think this was all part of Zero's plan? Probably. Kinda hard to believe there's a chef on board somewhere. Looks like the area under the plate opens up. No, you can't. I already checked. It's sealed shut. I think that's where the coal goes. Huh. Hey! What was it? It was... this is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Hey Junpei, why don't you try entering the numbers we found on the voucher earlier? The one that said appetizer night, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F? Yes. Convert them 10 A and F to base 10. Well, it's worth a shot. No dice. Looks like that's too many numbers. Really? Looks like the number on the voucher isn't the actual passcode. Can I try it? Looks like the number on the voucher isn't the actual passcode. Thank you for letting me try. There's some bottles of seasoning in here. Hooray. What about this? That's the exit. There's a big old iron plate over the door. I don't think we can open it. It's kind of far away. Can't really tell. But is that a ladle? I don't really think a ladle is going to be very useful. Countertop. Got a rolling pin and a colander. Nothing useful, in other words. You, don't know MacGyver. Hey, Santa. Could you open that door, please? What the hell? There's no way I could open that thing. Guess you get to that age where your eyes start to go, huh? You better watch your mouth, boy. Someone won't live long enough to see that door open. This has got the two of them on edge. Gotta get out of here fast. What about this door? It's a bolt, and it's really rusty. Will this even open? We won't know till we try. Let's give it a shot. Alright, let's see if you're gonna come out. Damn, no dice. Well, we got the oil. This bolt is rusted in place. Won't budge. Of course. Maybe if I put some oil on it. Hey! Just a little bit of oil, and come on. Come on, you little son of a bitch. Whoa! Ha, yes, got it, you little bastard. He's getting so hyped. You did it, Jumpy. You're so smart. Yeah, now we can walk into a freezer. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight across his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat. Brr, it's cold in here. What is this place? Are you blind? It's a freezer. Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was in an even worse situation. Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you. And with that, she ran out of the room. Can't disagree. As Lotus left, June came in. Whoa, it's really cold in here. White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to shiver. Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this. No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now. But Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth. Oh, balls. When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison they spun around to find the door they had only recently come through. Ow, was closed. Huh? Farts! Junpei rushed to the door. Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob. Ow! It was cold, beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful. The doorknob had been frozen solid. They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured. Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door. Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door! She wasted no time in responding. What do you want? What's going on? The door won't open. Try open it from that. Boo. Please? Fine. If you say so. Hold on. Soon, they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Well, that's racist. Arg! I won't say that. Then the grunting ceased, and they could hear light panting, as if from exertion. It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out. Awesome. Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies. Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're going to be permanent residents. Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay? Right. They pushed in close to one another and began to search. And we'll begin that search tomorrow. Holla.